Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Run-Up. As I said previously, we have a actually rather small DC haul this week, so we'll, we'll kick things off for this video with Batman: Gotham by Gaslight, number 5. Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, number 5. Where we left off, Lex Luthor was showing Dr. Victor Stone an experiment he'd been working on for quite some time, which appeared to be a person exposed to great deals of energy who is basically locked in a cage. So the issue begins. Well, it picks up right where the last issue left off. Because of this former lab assistant, who defies the laws of time, Lex has managed to deduce that both gravity and time are mere expressions of the same underlying equation. And which I think he may have scrawled a crude first draft, as Lex puts it, of gravity's laws, but the finer details escaped him entirely, though they did not escape Lex. And so, it turns out that in 1859, Lex did a experiment in spectrography, witnessed firsthand the Carrington event, a solar flare of such unprecedented magnitude it blew out telegraph wires, and summoned forth dazzling auroras across the globe. More significantly, the eruption dislodged an ancient object from its long and lonely solar orbit, and sent it careening across the void. A year later, it fell to Earth. The great meteor of 1860 was no meteor at all, but something else entirely. The arrival awakened an archaeological relic that had long absorbed Lex's attention, and suddenly surged with power. As Lex's good fortune would have it, he lost his hair. That was what led to his baldness. However, his lab assistant was caught in the inmost radius of the otherworldly effects. And it has remained. Electrostatically frozen in a flash. This discussed Dr. Stone, and the Stone wants the man's name, Jay Garrick. Oh. And so Dr. Stone takes his leave of Lex. However, Dr. Stone can still be of use to Lex in trying it as a test subject for Lex's remote detonator, among other things. And Dr. Stone's vehicle is destroyed by the detonator. In Gotham, at the Wayne Industrial Company, Bruce is talking about how Edith Thornton's train never reached San Francisco. Apparently he blames himself. He's a fool to delegate responsibility to a hireling to hide behind his father's fortune. And a friend who's with him says Batman is a necessity, but one that he cannot be in all places at once. As for Bruce's fortune, she'd say it's more than proved his utility in that regard, not least in improving upon Well, oh, no, it's not Alexander Luthor, it's Alexander Leroy. But improving upon his fearful design, he's building something, however, with bat wings, which are entirely necessary. It's a bat blimp. And so Bruce is going to be, the Batman will be leaving Gotham. And however, the woman that Bruce has been talking to volunteers herself to Alfred for training to basically take Batman's place while Batman is away. Back at Lutherville, Dr. Stone several weeks have gone by since the explosion. Apparently, most of Mr. Stone survived. Yeah, he's cyborg. And apparently Lex declared Victor dead, so he's simply raw material to do with as Lex will. For as long as he cares to, in fact. And Lex is apparently testing out a cybernetic carapace. It's connected to Victor's brain, so he's able to make it clench an arm as if choking someone. The Suez Canal, John Constantine is fleecing gamblers aboard a boat. Another shows up, wishing to take Constantine's measure. A stranger, as it were. He tells John that John's inquisitiveness will be his undoing, and he meddles with forces beyond his ability to comprehend, let alone control. Of course, it's sort of John's life. But this stranger wearing a medallion that he has a friend who wears a similar one. But the stranger takes has sifted the sum of Constantine's knowledge, and his measure is pitifully small. Constantine chases phantoms, myth, and misdirection. Though he states that he's chasing a demon. The stranger says that the demon that Constantine seeks has many hands, wielding many blades, and its head will most likely take yours. The stranger knows this because John knows this. Well, so the stranger wonders why John persists in the charade. He says he did his time serving Queen and country, never again. He knows what empires are capable of, though the stranger says that he has no idea what empires are capable of. And the stranger has vanished as John runs after him. In Colorado, Batman sees the destroyed railway bridge that Miss Silverton's train was crossing when the bridge was destroyed. And in Smallville, Kansas, Alan Scott brings forth his hot air balloon, and of course, powered by the green flame. Though Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen are on the scene, and Green Lantern and Alan Scott basically says, "Yeah, can we just kind of not not really screw with my reputation?" Apparently, the sheriff of Smallville has quite the reputation himself, though Jimmy and Lois have yet to meet him. They say he's never. Apparently, his reputation says that sheriff's never lost a fight. Lois states that maybe he's on Luthor's payroll, or just plain lucky. And if there's any truth to the rumors that Jimmy's heard, then the sheriff may just be the luckiest man alive. And there's a disagreement over a telegraph charge. And the deputy sheriff, $5 to send a telegraph to Lutherville. But Lawman shows up and is drawn upon by Floyd Lawton, the dead shot, one of Luther's hired hands. But Lawman is disarmed. Lawton's about to finish him off, but the sheriff arrives on scene. It's just then the lawman in question present is Deputy Ross. But the sheriff takes 2 rounds from Deadshot. Doesn't falls, but then gets back up. And next shot ricochets off of the sheriff's badge, taking the disarming Deadshot's ally. And then Deadshot's revolvers both misfire at once, just from the sheriff looking at them and removing his spectacles and drooping his spectacles down. Lois sees the commotion and says that the sheriff's reputation may actually be well earned. But there's another party watching the commotion with the sheriff in Smallville, and that is where the issue ends. And yes, the sheriff of Smallville. Yeah. Slap a big red S on his chest. Definitely digging at the direction that Gotham by Gaslight's coming along. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of the miniseries plays out. Moving on, though, to our last moment. We've got DC versus Vampires World War V number 3. Where we left off, it was discovered that Alfred Pennyworth has the necessary willpower to be a Green Lantern. He used Hal Jordan's ring to defend himself from Diana, formerly Wonder Woman. The issue begins, however, 10 months previously. Mr. Miracle and Big Barda are sharing an intimate moment after Scott Free has been turned into a vampire. And he's cautious about, since he's infected, if an excited state will basically make it so that he actually can't, that his abilities, as it were, aren't sufficient to hold off his curse. In the present, Wonder Woman and the newest Green Lantern of Sector 2814 duke it out. And she states that Alfred's nothing more than a weak old man. But he says he's not anymore. But, and she says, it's the whole fact that Alfred has a servant's heart. All he's ever known is cleaning up after others. This is all he can think of. And he knows nothing of war or fighting or the sacrifice it takes to win. Alfred, however, retorts that Diana knows nothing of the nobility of a life led in service. She may not seem like a warrior to her, but he stood beside them, studied them, and raised them. And he's buried them with his own hands. So she shouldn't speak to him of sacrifice. But he has other matters to attend to, and states that him and Diana will meet again. In Gotham, Aquaman and Gorilla Grodd are discussing what to do about the empty throne. And Immortal has come to discuss a child. Green Arrow's team infiltrates a facility in Newark. They bring down two of the zombies, or two of the vampires, wrong monsters, and Ollie wants to know why there's greenhouses growing all kinds of food that the vampires can't eat. In Pennsylvania, Ghostmaker is killing the humans that have interacted with Scott Free, and on the trail of Scott Free, Mr. Miracle. But he's looking for Scott Free at the behest of Aquaman. And Green Arrow learns about the Miracle Child. But the two vampires they're interrogating, one kills the other to try and... One of them kills the other one to try to keep the silence of the to keep the humans in the dark about the miracle child, and then promptly stakes himself to avoid talking about it. Then in Fredericksburg, Virginia, Damien leads a raid on a vampire convoy, but it's a decoy housing Wonder Girl, Raven, and Captain Marvel. All vampires. And Batwoman swings in to help Damien, and seemingly manages to take down Raven and Captain Marvel, or Raven and Wonder Girl, but is also killed. At the they go to the Human Council. Black Canary asks John Constantine what he knows about the possibility of a vampire child. Some vampires think it's a miracle child who will change the world. Some think that the child is the next evolution of the species and will bring peace between humans and vampires. Others think it's a signal of the end of the world. Though John insists there's no such child, so. But Black Canary asks, what if there is? And what if is just... John thinks that what if is a stupid question to ask. But as Captain Marvel heads toward... oh, actually, Wonder Girl and Raven survive. And as Captain Marvel and his vampiric allies close upon Damien, comes face to face with Batman and asks him who he is. Apparently, he seems to be a bit surprised. And that's where the A story ends. We still got the B story, Batmite, or rather Geomite, as he's taking to call himself now. But Geoforce ends up dying because Batmite turned the walls of a tunnel into artificial turf, which he can't manipulate. So he's trying to find someone else to idolize. Goes, Vigilante, Talon, Savant, everyone, Gangbuster, Harbinger, but they all die. Until he runs into Damien and Alfred, and proceeds to basically become Alfredmite. And that is where, at least, the issue ends. Interesting, especially everything with the Miracle Child. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out, and potentially seeing just exactly who this new Batman is. That apparently it's someone who's given Damien pause. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon patron Redman's Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.